and then pause the recording up here.
Thank you. People who don't necessarily want to come in for like a multi-course meal with table service in kind of a more formal setting, maybe some small plates and drinks in a more casual setting can go. It's also a place where we can send people before and or after their meal at Mogador to grab some drinks and bites. And the proximity will allow us to basically, we're at Mogador every day. We're very hands-on operators. This will allow us, being across the street, to basically have our hands in both places at once. We plan on being fully present, and running it in a respectful way that's responsive to the neighborhood's needs. On that note, I just want to really emphasize, we've been in the neighborhood, my family, for almost 50 years. I was born, I've been in the neighborhood my whole life. I went to preschool on the block at Little Missionary. I went to elementary school in the district. I still live down the block. It's my home. I'm not looking to just, cause a ruckus. It's my home. I want to take care of it. A lot of the neighbors are friends. Some of them are here. Thank you for coming. And yeah, that's the gist of it. Yeah, we want to make a place that's an asset to the neighborhood, not like cause a ruckus. So that's my piece. I do also want to pass it off to my mother, who's tuned in on Zoom. She is Rivka, she's the founder of Mogador, and she wants to say a few words. Can we
Have her raise her Zoom hand if she can. Is that too much?
What's her work?
Oh, we're on Zoom.
2 hours ago. His name, a big Laura Lynn.
Okay.
Is there any way we can turn it in and ask
Yeah.
them?
Yeah.
I got him.
So they're promoted.
Oh, there is.
So
It is? Oh. perfect.
they're promoted, so then we have to accept the promotion. So we did promote you, so just accept the promotion.
Oh, sorry. We didn't go over that.
It should pop up, it'll pop up on your screen, just
Okay.
say accept.
It might be easier just to have the law at the top.
Yeah.
Just click on. law.
Oh, yeah, good point.
There we go, we got it, we got it.
Okay. Oh, perfect.
No, you. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can hear you.
She's unmuted. She's unmuted.
She is on mute. I just saw it on mute.
Yes, she's unmuted. She's unmuted.
Oh, she's unmuted.
She's unmuted. Her name's Rivka.
Her name is Rivka.
Rivka, you can go ahead and speak, please. We should be able to hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you
Yeah, we
can.
can hear you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
Hi, guys. My name is Rivka Orlin. I opened Cafe Mogador 43 years ago. The East Village is my home. I raised my 2 boys in the neighborhood schools. And Mogador is a second home to me, to our employees, and to our customers that've been coming sometimes twice a day to hang out with us. During the pandemic, I became very sick and I was about to close Mogador. That's when my son, Daniel, and my nephew, Jacob, offered to help me run Cafe Mogador and keep it as a family place going on. For a while, we've been looking for a place that will be in St. Mark's Place, that will be an extension of Mogador for our customers to wait for a table, have a meze, have a drink, and sometimes also come after dinner to have a drink. And also a place where we can meet friends, people from all ages can sit, have a nice meze, a nice drink that I'll be preparing.
21.
This is basically what I wanted to tell you guys. And I also wanted to take this opportunity to thank you for your support for many, many years, 43 years, to keep it as a neighborhood a family place. My nephew and also my son are amazing young men, hardworking, that are very involved in this community. Thank you for your support. It really means a lot to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Can I just chime in real quick, just to get ahead of one thing, I know you mentioned I don't even know if this is.
It's on the red, yeah, it's on.
I just wanted to mention proactively something about the 311 calls. So we did our research a little bit. I'm also familiar with East Village Social. I used to go there from time to time. Our concept is way different. East Village Social's website is still up. You can go check it out. It's a rock and roll live music bar. Open till 4 a.m. I believe. Nothing, I mean, obviously no shade to the operators, but a completely different business model. We also know the space that we've seen it. There's a hole in the ceiling. We would do soundproofing. It would be a completely different model. And I believe we would we wouldn't be a disturbance and we wouldn't get 311 calls for noise because of those reasons. So I just wanted to put that.
Thank you for that. Okay. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. Frank, did you want to add anything? Okay, then we're gonna go ahead and move.
Oh, I'm sorry,
to-
Clint. I was gonna say that, yeah, I think this application speaks for itself.
Okay, thank you, Frank. So we're gonna go ahead and move to member of the public. That's fine. Okay, so whenever I call you, we'll pass around the microphone. If you wanna just hand that one over. We're gonna start with Mary King.
There's one at each end.
Oh.
Don't hurt my hand.
Sorry about that. Hi, I'm Mary. I'm such a big fan of this whole family, I could almost burst into tears here. From the mother and knowing Danny and Jacob. I've been on the block for 35 years, so both Cafe Orlan and Cafe Mogador feel like an extension of my home. And my friends used to kid me that Orlan was actually my kitchen, I was there so much. Anyway, so to me, when I was thinking about championing the expansion or additional business for this family, for our neighborhood, I couldn't think of a more kind of brilliant, meaning affectionate and so full of integrity and care going into the additional, I guess I call it additional business. I would love to just cross the street and then come back to Mogador and then just cross the street and come back to Mogador. It's also in that open streets time, I think they'd be a really lovely, warm, community-based influence on all the 20-somethings that go running up and down and don't seem to have much of an idea of community, in my opinion, which is I'm in full support. I love these people so much, and I love that they're in the neighborhood. That's my.
Thank you very much, Mary. Next, we have Marissa Green.
I second everything that Mary just said, and I want her comment, I agree with what she said, we're there all the time, and I want to add their point that I see Danny there every time I'm there, which is like multiple times a week, sometimes twice a day, he's always there, he's very involved. Both sports off.
Thank you very much. Next, we have Sarah Batchu.
Hi guys, as you know, I used to be one of you at the table, so I'd love to speak to some of the technical aspects of the application. I think, you know, I have a personal connection like many of the folks here do, and that my husband there, he worked at Mogador. And so it wasn't my first choice to think about it, but I know that we have to think about and balance a lot of different factors when we sit on this committee, and so I think, the thing that I think is really exciting about this opportunity is really to have another space that's an extension of the Mogador family on that block. If you've ever been on that block on Saturday, of course, I know there are a lot of businesses there. I know that open streets, especially when it's one, can contribute to a lot going on. And I think having a place where folks are not just waiting around and standing for their, you know, waiting for their table, but a place where they can actually go, I think will be really helpful and useful to addressing some of the concerns that I know that you'll have to weigh in with this application, and so that's something that I wanted to make sure that, you know, was part of the discussion. I know the general guidance is, you know, not to approve, a license in an unlicensed location in saturated areas, including St. Mark's. I know that the guidance says generally, and so I really encourage you, you know, to consider this, you know, the exception to that rule, because we have genuinely amazing operators who know what they're doing and have, you know, 40 years of success, 40+ years of success on that block and in our neighborhood. We live in this neighborhood, care about it, and will be good operators. They are absolutely there, you know, at Mogador every time I go in, and know that they can do a lot.
Great, thank you very much, Sarah. Next, we have Amber Butcher.
Hi, everybody. I'm really not good at talking in public. And this is just a testament to how much I support this business from open. I have lived above Cafe Mogador for 35 years. I am 35 years old. I went to elementary school with Danny. And they've been the most wonderful neighbors. And as a shift worker, when I'm walking on St. Mark's, coming home sometimes at 4 a.m, the more businesses that are available to be there, who are good operators, when I feel unsafe, makes me feel safer. I second everything that everyone said about this family and this business, and that's
Thank you very much, Amber. Next, we have, I think it's Ilana Malkin. Ilana Malkin.
Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Dana. I agree with all the lovely women who said previous things, but I live on this block for about 32 years. I own a business for 35 years on the same block. And Mogador is kind of my home. I eat there almost every day. I raised my daughter. She's 20 on this block, and it's a home for her. But I also know that these people are very kind and respectful of the rules, unlike some businesses in the block. And probably nothing like the previous cases that was. They just always close on time. They never stay open hours, late and open on late hours, addition to what the law allowed. So I'm totally supporting of having adult bar in the neighborhood, rather than just young, loud crowd. I'm sure they will be more community respectful. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next, it's Marika May Jensen.
Yes, second everything that Elena said, I'm an architect, I also teach early genealogy at Pratt, so I study neighborhoods. Be carefully, I work with less feet, I'm on their board and I'm on the board. SBC, and yeah, I just believe in community and believe in neighborhoods, and I feel like neighborhoods are the part of our neighborhood anyways. And I go there often. It's like one of my favorite things to do with my day. It's an extension of my home. And yeah, I think they're all.
Great, thank you very much. Next, Isabella.
Hi, Mizzy. I've lived in Eastwood since 2011. Before that, I was a high school student hanging out at St. Mark's Place. I think that I won't elaborate on. I currently live at 421 East 9th Street, so just a block north of the new location. I also spent 3 years on sandwiched between Lucy's and Doc Holidays, so I'm very well acquainted with the Jekyll and Hyde relationship that the East Village has with itself on the weekends. I just want to share. I 100% agree with everything. I can't think of anything new to say that would further sway anybody one way or the other, but one personal anecdote very quickly. One of the first times I ever met Danny, he was filling in behind the bar at Mogador, and I had a friend who was visiting me from Bay Ridge, and the two of them got to talking about what it's like to still live in the neighborhood that you grew up in and how fiercely defensive you are to maintain a certain kind of character, that reminds you of what you've experienced. And I think if anybody's going to make a difference on that block, it's these guys, and I really trust them to set a better example of what you can do with nightlife and what you can offer your neighborhoods without completely causing a rift between both of them.
Thank you very much. Next, we have Samuel. Yeah, you can.
Right. Everything that everyone has said, was what I was gonna say. But, I'm not the Middle Eastern. Scrambled. Yeah, I've lived in this neighborhood, live it or not, since 1970. That was a long time ago. I live on the block, lived several places in East Village, but I live on the block for the last 30 years. At the end of the block. And one of the things that seem to have had a major effect on me is some businesses, especially bars. And I can tell you that I'm not really in favor of some of the bars that exist there. And reason being, I don't think they're run in a responsible way. You heard the last person trying to get a license and all that, and the problem is noise, right? I know these people, I know them. And I know that these are very responsible people who know how to run a business. I've seen over the years, consistent. And that's what the block needs. So finally, I'm saying, this is gonna be great. To have a bar with responsible owners without having to deal with the noise and sometimes violence, right? Is what we need more of. And I think they would set a standard for further bars to come in and say, hey, they might even change some of the bars around and when the people see, I mean, that's all you're as a business, like that. They don't have the problems we have. Is that for me to put on that? So that's my two piece. Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Samuel. Next, we have Nadir.
Hi, I'm also an architect. I can go on by Jane Jacobs and community and all that, which I won't. But I don't live on the block. I've lived in the East Village for 20+ years. I've been going to Morgan. First time I went there was actually in '99. And then I moved to the neighborhood in 2003. And I'm one of those people that often goes there twice a day, multiple times a week. And I've seen, how respectfully, just to, second it, what everyone else is saying, how respectfully they've run this business. The family has run this business. And over the last few years, seeing Danny and Jake take it over and extend that sense of community to everyone and that sense of belonging that everyone feels when they go there. I can't think of anyone better suited to take over this other space. I would much rather see them take it than anyone else and run it like a family establishment and have it be an extension of Mogador. And like this gentleman said, I think other businesses could learn from how well and respectfully this place is run. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Tyler.
Hi, everyone. Tyler. I agree with everyone. I agree with everything that everyone just said. Just wanted to add, I met Danny while he was volunteering at our food pantry. Evie loves FIC, and the Mogador family is one of the few who have really gone the extra mile to help with our food insecurity efforts, fighting food insecurity in the neighborhood. And I don't look at this as an application. I look at it as an opportunity to get another business that really wants to grow and become part of our community for the decades.
Thank you, Tyler. And we have George.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I was born in East Village and I live in East Village. I live on St. Mark's. You wouldn't know my accent. I was born in East Village, but so I live on St. Mark's and around the corner of First Avenue and it's a nice place. And yeah, I mean, I think one of the things that like strips a neighborhood of its identity is like mismanagement of restaurants and bars and places coming in and out all the time. And you know, I think the idea of there being an extension of Mogador is like it's just delightful. You know, because if it's run anything like the way Mogador is run now, you know it's going to be around for a really long time because they do such a good job. You know, and I think it's Mogador is a spiritual center to me of the East Village, like and kind of the geographical center as well in a weird way. And it would just you know, another establishment run by the people who run by Danny and Jacob who do such an amazing job would only be an asset. And I know current employees of theirs, I know past employees of theirs, and everyone has the same opinion. It's just run so unbelievably well, and the food is incredibly delicious. More of that.
Is that it?
Yes, okay, so that was the end of the in-person speakers. Next, we have a few people online we're gonna call on. Ben Richardson, we promoted you, Ben. You can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yep, go ahead, we can hear you.
Yeah, just wanted to say I'm here with my roommate. We live in 122 St. Mark's, so just right next door. And we've been living here for about 2 years and found Mogador early on and have loved it ever since. It's always been a great spot for us, taking, our girlfriends on a date or just like just even the boys sometimes. So we really love the food and the vibe there, and we would love to see an expansion from them or an affiliate of them, and we both fully support this application.
Yeah. And I love the idea of making a less chaotic bar. It's exactly what the neighborhood needs, and I know their business model will surely lead to something that is stable and something that the neighborhood could really use. So we appreciate it.
Okay, thank you, guys. Next we have Brian Walsh. We've promoted you, Brian. You can accept and unmute yourself.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Go ahead, please.
Sorry. So, yeah, not much to add from everyone else. My wife and I have been in the neighborhood over a decade and been going to Mogador and been regulars since shortly after coming to the neighborhood. Would just echo what everyone has been saying, in that Danny, Jacob, all the staff, they clearly care about their customers. It's a place of sanctuary and comfort. You can get a really good meal, really good service. It's clear they care about the neighborhood and they care about the people in the neighborhood. So we're just excited to see what they can do with some additional space. A bar that if operated like the restaurant has been for, over 4 decades, would be a terrific place to be able to go and have a little bit more lower key, nicer place to get a small bite to eat and drink. So just excited to see what they fully support the application.
Okay, thank you very much. Next, we have Samuel Samoli. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name.
I go by Sam as well.
Yeah,
Thanks
okay,
for having
great.
me. I don't even know where to start. I mean, I'm a 25-year East Village resident, now a homeowner in the East Village. Used to order Cafe Mogador takeout with my mom back in the days of paper menus and calling the restaurant up directly. Um, since then, it's kind of become a second home to me. I've become friends with the business owners, the family, with Danny. Just can't say enough about their importance for the community as a gathering space, the space to get together. They're just like they're the kind of OG sort of East Village small business that deserves all of the accolades and to sort of continue their practices forever. They're very much a part of the fabric of the neighborhood that we all love. I can't think of people that I would rather have open a new business on St. Mark's. We all know St. Mark's has changed a lot. The East Village has changed a lot. These are folks who care deeply about the neighborhood and community. And yeah, I'm just wholeheartedly in favor of this. Um, and yeah, I mean, we should all be so lucky, you know, the East Village and St. Mark's are blessed to have these folks as the ones, you know, opening a new spot, and I can't wait to check it out. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sam. Next, we have Laura School.
Hi, everyone. Laura Sewell. I'm speaking as the director of the East Village Community Coalition. I had a very nice chat with Danny. Several people reached out to ask us to support this application. I did explain to him that we really can't do that, that he would need to get support from the residents on the block, and he's certainly done his homework. So the only other things that I'd like to add is that, you know, the SLA for the committee, the SLA does consider this location to be unlicensed at this point because we know EV Social closed so quite a while ago. So considering that it is an unlicensed location, I would really hope that the resolution that you write makes it like crystal clear that this is an exception, you know, due to the owner's long history in the neighborhood. It would be, we all know there's way too much going on in St. Mark's. We had a walkthrough with Clint and Susan and the police department, the 9th precinct, and the SLA inspectors just a few months ago. And we observed, you know, no one on that open restaurant block was following the rules they were supposed to have. It was well past midnight and everything was in full swing. So we do need to just think about the context of what's already going there. And I think it's wonderful that all these residents feel as I do, you know, and have been going to Mogador for as long as I've gone, even longer because I'm older than most of you. But so having said all that, I think the 3 a.m. close on this block is a sticking point for me. And I hope that the committee would give that careful consideration, especially considering that Mogador closes at the latest at 11:30. And I really do hope that, you know, Danny, that you will help improve conditions on the block and lead by example to make it a better place for everybody who's visiting there and lives there. Thanks very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, Laura. Next, we have Shreya.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
We can, go ahead, please.
Amazing. I just wanted to say how excited I am for this to possibly be a new bar. I've been living on this street for 3 years now since I came to NYU. It's honestly the only place on this specific street. I live right across at 122 that consistently has like amazing service. This block, like the piece of land like right in front of it's always super clean, and I feel like this would be a great just addition to the block. And you know, when anyone ever comes, Mogador is the place to take them, so I definitely think it'll be a great addition to their street.
Thank you very much. Next, we have Andromeda.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead, we can hear you.
My name is Andromeda Houston. I've lived on 79 St. Mark's Place since 2020. I also worked for Cafe Mogador for almost 8 years before that. And I'm in full support of this. I think these are some of the most amazing people I've met. I love the family. I think me working there for as long as I did is a testament to just how much integrity they bring to the restaurant industry. and the community.
Great, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Andromeda. Next, we're moving on to Nor.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Hi, everybody. My name is Noor Shalaby. I've lived on St. Mark's for about 3 years now. I live in 122, the combined building with 126. I couldn't agree more with what everyone has said. I'm a huge fan of Mogador. Their legacy has been nothing but great on St. Mark's and just in the East Village. I think it's extremely well deserved that they have another spot, and I am in like full, complete support.
Great, thank you.
Thank
very
you.
much. Next, we have Daniela. Sorry, my mic wasn't on. Daniela.
Hello. So I live in the building right above, at 126 St. Mark's. We are on the floor right above where the bar would be and right above Bua. I really love Cafe Mogador. My roommates love Cafe Mogador. I've been here for about 2 years, and although I do love everything that everyone's been saying, I'm sure the owners are amazing. I just have very serious reservations about the closing time, it being 3 a.m., I believe, and the noise that's coming from this bar. It's just kept us up for the past 2 years, waking us up, and the noise just reaches insane levels, and there have been fights constantly, and that's just with only one bar below us. And so we're just very, very concerned about the added noise for those late nights. And yeah, we're just very concerned about the resident or the like bar goers being very disruptive for the residents.
Okay, thank you, Daniela. Next, we have Sophie Stevenson.
Hi guys, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead, please.
My name is Sophia. I'm gonna keep this really short because it's nothing that we haven't heard yet, but I live at 122 as well as a lot of other people in this call. It's right upstairs. I've lived on the street for a while now and I face the street. And I just wanted to come on and state my full support for these guys. I know Danny and Jacob are very respectful and responsible business owners. And yeah, I just wanted to give my full support. And I'm going to say that I know that this is going to be a great addition to our neighborhood.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, last call. I think that was everyone online. I think we've got everyone here in person. So we're gonna hand it back over to the applicants and their attorney, in case you have anything to add, or that there wasn't really much to, respond to what you heard, but.
Yeah. You can weigh in as well. The only thing I mean, obviously. Oh, sorry. Obviously, there was mostly support and we really appreciate it. Really touching, actually. I do want to say, Laura, I am aware of your concerns and we already spoke through that. For Daniela, who lives right above, I haven't met you yet, and I just want to say, we don't know yet how you guys are gonna vote. If the voters know, then there's nothing to talk about. If it does go through, I would be interested in giving you my contact so we can talk and make sure that this happens in a way that considers you and your needs, obviously, as a resident right above us. That's all I want to say.
Okay, thank you guys. Okay. So now we're gonna move to a committee discussion on this item. So before we, go any further or even any further in the discussion, I do want to point out that we do have guidance that we're not approving any new establishments and new licensed establishments in an unlicensed location, especially in saturated areas. And we've taken less of an approach to the numbers and such, but the impact. And what is the impact going to be by adding another business?
Yeah.
And as you know, St. Mark's is right now probably and maybe not as much now because it's single digit degrees outside, so not having some of the problems that we have most of the other months of the year. But St. Mark's is probably one of, and the SLA has actually identified it as a hotspot, and the SLA, we did a walkthrough, I think as Laura mentioned, and we started the walkthrough at midnight. So all the restaurants on that street are supposed to close their outdoor space at 10. They've agreed to stipulations with us, and the city allows them to stay open till midnight. Even though they agreed to stipulations with us to 10, they should close at 10. But let's just say they're disregarding our stipulations and trying to follow the city stipulations. They were all open, and it wasn't in any way, shape, or form winding down. Like, it was a major raging party, tables out, everything set up. So when the SLA saw that, the inspectors were kind of appalled, like that was something that they were just, they said, this is really excessive.
Yeah.
And I know it's continued to happen, and you're not even part of it now, so it's not that I'm blaming you for it, but St. Mark's is a problem location. And as this was said earlier, the last business closed in, I think the license actually was pulled on November 21st of 2021. So it's been, 4 years now.
Yeah.
And the SLA has case law that if there's any break in licensure, they consider it unlicensed. So we, of course, abide by what they say. So in our eyes, it is an unlicensed location. So that's something we have to discuss.
Yep.
And I have no idea how this is going to go, so I'm not saying this, but I've said this many, many times. If you were coming into an already licensed location, this would probably be an entirely different conversation. It would be, we probably wouldn't have to have much discussion. You're clearly established operators and you haven't had any problems. But just the thing that gives us pause is because it is an unlicensed location, we have to figure out what is the impact of adding another license in this location. So,
Can I say one thing real quick?
Yeah.
So heard on all of that, as far as the fact that it's an unlicensed location goes, we're fully aware of that and we're coming into it with that understanding. And quite frankly, honestly, banking on the years of operation in a responsible way and the community support, but fully understanding what the guidelines are. In terms of the open streets, I think there was a little bit of confusion certainly on our part about the time that it closed. And I will say that I'm not sure when that walkthrough was. It was a little bit chaotic. We went apparently viral on TikTok. I don't know. I don't have TikTok, so I'm not aware, but it went a little crazy for a little bit. We were kind of acting as managers of the whole block, and that's not super easy to do. But what I will say is there was a turning point. It happened a bit later on in the season, I think the last couple of months, when we had to apply for SLA continuous or non-contiguous expansion exactly for the coming year, which solidified. We had conversations with DOT. I believe there was some communication with you guys, really solidified and clarified that it was a 10 a.m. close.
10 p.m.
I'm sorry.
10 p.m.
Sorry,
Yeah.
10 p.m. close. I was there every single weekend night at that point, making sure that the whole block was closed at 10 p.m., telling them, don't mess around with something because we're breaking rules here if we do. It was closed at 10 p.m. every single night. I don't know if you guys walked through and saw it, but I'll put my name behind them. After that was clarified, it was closed at 10 p.m. It was late in the game, but that was the case.
okay, thank you very much. Susan, I think you had your hand up.
No, I don't.
Oh, I thought you motioned to say something. Sorry. Okay. Megan, go ahead.
So just a few points that I want to make. I understand what our guidance says because I was here when you voted on it. It was very strong against expanding liquor licenses into unlicensed locations. But that said, it's called guidance for a reason. It's not a hard and fast rule. What really strikes me about this application is the number of residents who live on this block, which is obviously a very busy block as far as bars and restaurants, coming out and saying, yes, I want another, as long as it's these guys. Like that's to me shocking because there's so many longtime residents here, like 20, 30, 40 plus years who've seen it all and have been living through, they're living through and still saying, yes, but let's make an exception for these people. I also think my last point is that I think if they open in this location, they're not going anywhere. This isn't like, we're gonna see this place turn over in a few years and it's again like a bar or another like East Village Tavern or something like that, but I feel like if we grant this license, we're gonna be here 20 years from now, you know, talking about Cafe Moga or offshoot.
Hope so. I'm pretty happy with all about.
Okay, Guillermo?
I mean, as you know, this is my area, I'm also from.
Can you just turn off that, like, not yours, turn that one off? Sometimes, especially when it's close.
Okay, I wanna go again, I'm copying everything that Megan's saying, but I think she said it so well. And I have had, as you know, from around there, so I know Danny and family, and I know that Danny has worked with the people in the block. So yeah, to me, the way of seeing this is that it's like, am I gonna deny, you know, so many people wanting this? It's hard. That, I mean, I pose it to you, actually, like, how do you think, like, how can such a, you know, impact rely solely on us in that sense that you're kind of saying too? And then on the long termness, I think that, you know, these are, you know, they hold for a while, they're not, they're eventually upsell, so. Okay, again, thoughts?
Thank you, Guillermo. Michael?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm not making it to the best. You know,
so well.
I was like, I agree with Jeremy, summed it up, over community support, long track record, decades long track record of being a good operator and confidence in granting an unlicensed place a license in a place that's problem area. We want good operators that we can have faith that will, you know, move up to their word and not add to the problem.
Right. Thank you, Michael.
Just want to talk about the block for a little bit. I mean, everyone in the world agrees Matador is like the greatest place. I also live here and probably started eating there when it first opened. And no one expects it to be like the previous bar. I did know the owner, I don't like him, but it was totally non-compliant all the time. They had live bands outside on the sidewalk. When we did our walkthrough in June, which started at midnight and was horrendous, we actually didn't walk up to as far as Matador, so we didn't see anything about Matador, but you know, it was enough, you know, the first third of the block was enough to show there was total non-compliance. The reason it closes at 10 now is the SLA actually followed up with letters to everybody we visited. I spoke directly to Hannah House, who is the partner. It took a couple years to get them to understand the 10 o'clock. So it is better now, but that's because we actually spent years working on that. So I just want to recognize that the block is a horrendous block. I don't think there's any way in the world how wonderful, no matter how wonderful you are, that you're going to be able to change it in any way. You know, that being said, I think there's total agreement, you know, about the business that you have now. I wish you had found a licensed location on the block, just so that possibly we could have had a different, you know, more add to the diversity of different businesses there. And I'm wondering if people are, you know, there's not going to be a back and forth because Matador closes much earlier. So this one is open till 3, right? Or you're asking for 3 o'clock.
On weekends.
Pardon?
On weekends, yeah.
On weekends. So that's the only thing I think the committee might want to consider as far as impact. The block is horrendous. Matador's a bright light there, but the block is horrendous. And I want to thank you for supporting AV Loves.
Thank you, Susan. Steven?
I think on this strip of St. Mark's, I mean, I've walked by it every single weekend, during the summer and it was, you know, like, it was lawless for the most part. Cafe Morbidor was one of the only businesses that was paying. I've also, knew the old owners of this space very, very, very well. I used to go there all the time. I've seen days with the windows open at 4 a.m. I don't think this is going to be that. I also think that the greatest impact on residents is not the hours how late the bar is going to be open, but the open street, adding another open street. Adding another establishment that has the streets here, and somebody could come to us with, and we wouldn't know, we wouldn't have much to say. They could come for an admin approval, beer and wine, and still use that open streets. We're here, we know what we're getting, and that's why I would be inclined to, vote in favor for here. We could want to discuss hours. That's a different conversation.
I just want to tell you what, everyone that comes for an open street gets a 10 o'clock closing hour. And everyone on that block is actually signed that they will close it down.
Correct, but I'm saying if somebody came, went for admin approval for this location, of beer and wine till midnight, then they could still use the open streets and then just, we wouldn't have much of a control on the applicant.
Correct.
What we do here.
No,
I also think that,
sorry, I didn't read that, so.
I mean, honestly, I also think that hours of operation are reasonable, like. He didn't come in looking for 40 in 7 days, it's very reasonably like 1 a.m. on.
Okay, from Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah, 1 a.m. Sunday through Wednesday, 2 o'clock Thursday, and 3 Friday and Saturday. I mean, we've seen worse for sure.
Okay. So let's just do a straw poll, I think we need to do a general consensus as people are ready to support this as it's submitted.
Yeah, amazing. Right?
Okay. Let's go ahead and put the stipulations out.
Somebody like I had somebody put a heart on the action.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and just read through the stipulations as they're submitted. So this is I, Daniel Orlean, at qualified representative of Matbucha LLC, located 126 Marks Place, be a full liquor. With it's a new application for a full liquor license. We'll operate a tavern. With kitchen open and serving food during all hours of operation. The hours of operation will be Monday to Wednesday, 5 p.m. to 1 a.m., Thursday, 5 p.m. to 2 a.m., Friday, 5 p.m. to 3 a.m., Saturday, 2 p.m. to 3 a.m., Sunday, 2 p.m. to 1 a.m. It will close all outdoor dining allowed under the Dining Out NYC or Open Streets program and any other subsequent uses by 10 p.m. I will employ security, a doorman, and security personnel. When you say you're having a doorman and security personnel, what are you proposing for that? Because you also understand about saying a doorman and security personnel, it has to be, the SLA considers that a licensed security person. It's not just someone at the door.
Yeah. We wanted to check that box to be fully upfront, because we do know that sometimes the weekends on St. Mark's get a little rowdy. We wanna make sure that the space in front of our place is totally under control. And if that's necessary, we will do it.
It's not. On the security Thursday through Saturday, other
Hey,
than.
Clint, there was nothing in the application about security.
They didn't have it checked off, I thought.
No.
Really? Okay.
No, I mean, I thought they were gonna do one employee, designated at the front to make sure everything's quiet.
Yeah, would I just say something? Okay, so. Okay, so I just let you in on something I guess we didn't put in there.
Yeah, actually, it wasn't checked off on your question. Okay.
Well, so I apologize for the inconsistency.
No,
That's
but we had it
something that
checked
we
off,
had
so we do a
talked
draft stipulation, so I think it just got misinterpreted. But it wasn't on your original questionnaire, so Frank is correct.
Okay, well, let me add, I guess, just for,
No security, but an employee will.
an employee, yes. Okay. If we check, just for my clarity, if we check no, and then for whatever reason, we wanted to change that at some point, do we come back to you guys?
No.
To add security? No, but I would suggest.
I think.
security. Like honestly, on St. Mark's Place and.
St. Mark's Place.
People in at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm not saying you have to need it on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday nights, but like. Yeah, like as a bar owner myself, I would suggest.
So we wanna have the flex, obviously we prefer not to if it's not needed. I think we can go without it. If that proves to not be the case, then of course we will prioritize that and do it, I think, if anything, only on weekends, but I wouldn't wanna commit to doing that up front, because I don't think it'll be necessary, but we'll see.
Okay.
If we check that.
Is that too murky?
I have a question. If we check that box, is security required then Monday through Sunday?
No, you can say, we often say one security Thursday through Saturday.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean,
Is it consequential, whether or not we check the box at this time?
No, but I do agree with Megan, I mean, St. Mark's is a shit show on the weekends. And it's not as bad in the winter because, and maybe I don't quite remember the last few months of the season. But. You know, I guess we're not gonna force you to do that, it's.
Can I offer a suggestion?
Sure, Frank.
What if you just added the words, if necessary? These guys are responsible enough.
Okay. No, I get that, but
Know the
I
business.
don't think, the thing is, we're putting it, if necessary, it doesn't really matter that we put it on at all, so. If they're responsible and it's needed, they're gonna do it, so I don't know that we need to put a stipulation on and say if necessary, that's not really a stipulation. So, I don't really see the point in putting it on saying if necessary either.
I don't see the point of putting on dormant security if these guys aren't really, the way they run their business. If they don't have it on a Friday night, they're breaking the step.
That's what I'm saying, either we're not gonna put it on at all, because we're gonna say they don't need it and they're gonna just manage it themselves. Or we're gonna put it on, I agree 100% with you, Frank, but that's what I'm saying, I don't think that if necessary is.
I was just trying to give you a middle ground.
So.
Yeah, I think let's just leave it unchecked.
Okay.
If something changes and we feel like there's a need, we will of course do whatever.
No, if you're adding security, you don't have to come back to us, it's different with the SLA, if you're adding a licensed security guard, that's a whole different thing on your license, so that's not us.
I got it, okay. So we'll handle it at time if.
Okay. And so, and you did check off you install soundproofing, but our standard is soundproofing installed to ensure that noise is not audible in neighboring apartments.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's. And it's not, I don't know if you're working with a sound engineer on it, I don't know if it's fully necessary for that, so we're not gonna put that in. But, the city code is, there's a certain decibel, but we go above and beyond that and say noise is not audible in the apartment, because the decibel can still be like a conversation level. And if someone's trying to sleep, having a conversation in their bedroom isn't, of course, audible. So we go one step further and say, so that sound is not audible in our.
I share a wall with a bar, I totally get it.
Okay, so moving on, and you do have opening window, you're gonna keep the open windows and stuff, so
Until 10 p.m., right?
Yeah.
We would like to, yeah.
So that's just, it's either close 6 o'clock or open windows, so. I will close all my doors and windows at 10 p.m. or when the live sound is playing.
Yeah.
You will not have DJs, live music, third-party promoted events, any event with a cover fee is charged for special performance or dancing. I will play on-mail background for music only, will not apply for an alteration without coming to CB3, will not participate in pub crawls and party buses, will not have unlimited drink specials, including boozy brunches. You will have a happy hour that will end by 7 p.m. You will not have wait lines. You'll have a staff person responsible for ensuring no loitering noise or crowds outside. You will post a stipulation by the liquor license and residents may contact the manager owner at the number below. And it's Daniel Orlean at 646-322-2326. Everything's good? Agreed with that? Okay.
No, wait, one thing. Could you scroll up, please?
Yeah.
Number 2 is a new application and temporary retail permit.
Wait, what do you mean it's a temporary retail permit?
I'm sorry?
Why is it a temporary retail permit?
Because we're gonna get a temporary.
That's not, no, the retail permit is for sales. The temporary permit isn't.
Excuse me?
A new application, the temporary permit isn't, that's part of the full liquor license, that's not a retail permit.
No, it's not, Clint. My 30-day notice says new app and temporary retail permit. It has to be consistent for the liquor authority. You understand that the temporary retail permit is the permission to operate while the license is pending, right?
Yes, but that's not a retail permit.
It's not? It is. Trust me. That's temporary.
This is the first we're checking that box in the past 5 years since I've been back on the committee.
Doubt that's true because I don't think I would have missed it, Clint.
I really don't care about that, so. I mean, I'm not saying I don't care about you, I mean, I
Oh,
don't care.
but I have to have consistency for the liquor authority.
Check it out.
I'm bringing the sits back up. And it wasn't a 30-day notice, I just checked. And that's still quite. I'm probably what.
Okay, everything else is good, Frank?
Looks great.
Okay, moving to a vote. Guillermo? Steven?
Yes.
Megan?
Yes.
Mike? Yes. Michael?
Yes. Thank you.
Well. Nope. I hope you don't regret it.
Oh, I wish you all the best.
Because it's not, and you know, the thing is, it's not them, it's not that, it's just adding another business which brings more people to your block, so. They're asking for it, so.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you, guys. Happy.
Thank you.
Makes a difference for me. I'm happy. Thank you.
Thank you for the luck. Have a good night.
Okay, if you guys can please move out, we've got other items we have to move on, if you'd like to. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. You know, it is. It's not. This now, businesses, like residential side.
Thank you. Nice to see you.
Okay, next we're moving on to. Just gonna go back in order, we're gonna go to number 3, Rays, 177 Christian.
Down there.
So I'm gonna give a quick summary here, then we'll hand it over to the applicants. So Swiss White International LLC doing business as Rays, seeking an alteration of the business license, the premise is located at 177 Christian Street, Bridgeton, Delay. It's an application for an establishment of 74 people, 10 tables and 50 seats, stand-up bar on the ground floor, full kitchen with food truck area serving 2 building off operation, 1 television, small speakers playing music at background level. They are, they're modifying seating arrangements, upstairs and downstairs, total number of seats will remain at 44. Number of bar stools will decrease from 10 to 6, table count also decreased from 16 to 10, with a few additional tables in the basement space. There are 23 on-premise licenses within 500 feet. This location has been licensed with an on-premise license since at least 2015. This applicant took over at that point and purchased the assets from a previous owner. They have operated an establishment with a full license at this location since 2015. It used to be called Le Turtle, which was shuttered in 2019. It reopened in Rays in the summer of 2019. The applicant also owns 2 other establishments that hold full liquor licenses and located in CB5 and CB9 since 2008 and 2019 respectively. The applicant has 3 SLA actions penalties in 2024. Since 2015, there were 209 commercial noise related Group 1 complaints and 12 pandemic social distancing related Group 1 complaints and 2 healthcare providers. They provided. There was a lot of signatures, which we'll get a full count down. We can have those at time. So there was 34 pages of signatures. We'll add those up and add it to the final resolution when it's done. They're proposing hours of operation, opening no later than 5 p.m., closing by 2 a.m. all days, and that's not changing, right? Those are your existing hours.
Yeah,
That's correct.
yes, this is just purely an alteration application, no change to method of operation.
So everything else in their method of operation was is staying the same. The only thing we mentioned was that they are modifying seating arrangements, and that is the extent of it, right? You're modifying the seating and the bar.
Correct.
Okay, so I don't need to go through the other stipulations because they are staying the same. I think the one thing that I don't know if we're sure about, do you currently have happy hours?
Yeah.
Okay, so what time, till what time?
You open at 5, so it's usually until about 7.
Till 7.
7, yeah.
5 till 7, and we don't need to cover it, we'll just say happy hour until 7.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll change that to, we'll have happy hours until 7 p.m. Okay, and then. Yeah, so that's generally the gist of it, all the other stipulations are staying the same. We'll hand it over to you if you have anything you'd like to say or add.
Sure, just very quickly, it was, as usual, a pretty thorough overview of the application before this alteration application. With respect to some minor alterations in the interior of the space. The net here is we're losing 6 tables on the ground floor, we're adding 3 downstairs. We're adding 16 seats downstairs, the upstairs is staying exactly the same, we're losing 4 bar stools, the bar is actually getting small. So that's the extent of it. I was not the original attorney of record on this application. As you mentioned, these guys have been here for a long time. We are now in cleanup mode and we're trying to make sure things are compliant. Full disclosure, as you guys already know, these alterations have already happened. I'm just trying to correct the record and bring them into compliance. We've got some other work to do. We've been working on it for the last few years. Hopefully you've noticed that planes have dropped off, they've added soundproofing, they've tried to ameliorate a lot of the issues they've had previously. I think they've made strides there, but obviously work in progress, but we're trying to clean things up and get compliant.
Okay.
So the reason we brought this before the committee, though ordinarily it would be administrative approval or just no objection, was because of the number of complaints and the number, so we're sort of obligated to bring it from. The residents actually made the decision not to testify because of the nature of what you're doing isn't gonna really impact them one way or another.
Okay, thank you, Susan. Okay, is there anyone, oh, actually, there's no one here, you're not, you're applicants, right? Different applicants, so. Is there anyone here on Zoom for this item? Please raise your Zoom hand. Okay, seeing no one. Anyone on the committee have any questions or clues? As Joseph said, the application, they applied several times, and came in front of it several times. There was an issue with some paperwork at one point, that we were told was only paperwork, but it actually was the SLA when they did some inspections and found violations, so it wasn't just a paperwork issue, so it's been back and forth with that, but they're now coming to rectify all those issues.
And has there been any, since those SLA issues, have there been any since, like when did those happen and what's happened since?
Since we cleaned up the last round of SLA issues, there haven't been any other issues. We're still working through those, and this is kind of part of that cleanup process.
What exactly was the violation?
Just a bar being a different size, different number of seats, different seat orientation inside that it shouldn't have been, and then teammates.
Do you know how much convenience the bar side was compared to the plans?
In terms of feet or in terms of seats?
Bar change. I mean, the feet, basically the same bar, was the depth, I think.
Yeah. The depth of the bar changed.
And they find you guys for that?
And less seats and a different seating orientation and seats downstairs when there weren't originally seats downstairs. It was part of a, like I said, it was part of a, they were obviously called there for a reason to come and write whatever violations they saw. So there were some ticky-tacky things, and there were some things that actually require fixing, and we're working our way through it.
Yeah, the lines and stuff, right?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need to air all of it here, but there were certainly a number of violations that were alleged and were investigated and were found to not be true. And then there were some things that were alleged that were found in the investigation that were indeed true, like the bar being different size and the slightly different shape and less seats. But there were certainly some major allegations that were alleged that were found to not be true.
Okay, but I think the root of this is that basically they're legalizing what they've been doing, but they're also making the changes they're doing aren't gonna cause any more of an impact or cause any change on. Well, they're legalizing what they've been doing as far as their operations, but what they're doing isn't gonna cause any more of an impact on anyone, on the neighbors or the, surrounding area. Yeah, so. Okay, I guess we'll just put up the stipulations, run through those quickly.
Here for the new bar,
That's not.
Okay, so it's I, Alex Rosecruz, as a qualified representative of Swiss Flight International LLC at 177 Christie Street. It is a full liquor license. Will operate a full service restaurant, the American restaurant, for each American during the last operation. Hours of operation will be Monday to Friday, 5 p.m. to 2 a.m., Saturday, Sunday, 1 p.m. to 2 a.m. There were things that were left unchecked. You do have outdoor space though, right?
With the, open street.
So you'll close all outdoor dining under the Open Streets program by 10 p.m. You don't have security though, right?
We do.
You do.
Yeah, but not for the entirety of the day, but we have a security. License.
So one security personnel, 8 p.m. to close, or what's your rough?
I think it's, so it's, but I think it's eight to close, yeah.
Okay, so we'll just say one security person, 8 p.m. to close.
all day.
All days?
That's why I don't want to speak at school if like Monday, which is quite a slow day, we don't have one. But
So
why don't we say no security? And if we need to add later, we'll add it, say, we don't need to bother you guys with it.
And we're not putting soundproof, I mean, it's already existing, but
It's already done. When this was originally before you guys, they intended to do some, they did. They've done an additional round since then to ameliorate a lot of the complaints that were happening.
And close all doors and windows at 10 p.m. Will not have DJs, live music, third-party promoted events, any event in which cover fee is charged, scheduled performances. You don't have dancing. Dancing's not on the liquor license, is it? You have to check that out. And then not more than 20 private parties per year. I will play on background record music only. Will not apply for an alteration of coming to CB3. Will not participate in pub crawls or party buses. Will not have unlimited drink specials, including boozy brunches. Will have a happy hour to end by 7 p.m. Will not have wait line above the staff person responsible for ensuring no loitering or crowds. Will post a stipulation by the liquor license. Resident may contact the owner or manager of the number below. And it's Alex Rosecruz at 201-563-7856.
So Alex is the GM and that's its information, but if you'd like to change the name up top to Carlos, who's one of the principals, he's here.
Okay. Carlos, what's your last name?
You have to.
Spell that, please.
QUIRARTE.
Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna move on to a vote on this. Guillermo?
Yes.
Steven?
Yes.
Megan?
Yes.
Clint, yes. Michael?
Yes.
Okay. Motion passes. The office will be sending out the stipulations and you know the drill.
Thank you very much.
Thank
We
you.
hope you're providing which I think here.
By what?
You guys are the trending.
Exactly. We're going in a bad direction.
Thank you.
Okay. Next, we are gonna go to number 4, which is Olio EPO at 103rd Avenue.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Alright.
Okay. It's not you. Nope.
I went down first.
So we have Donald is the applicant here for number 4, 106 Avenue. Please raise your Zoom hand. We have Donald.
Everybody.
Your applicant here, Donald?
Yeah, hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Is your applicant here or?
He was here and he told me that he had to leave, something came up, so I think I'm doing this on my own.
We can't.
Maybe we'll come back to him.
Can you call him and have him come back and we'll come back to you? We'll take the next item and
I can ask him, I don't know.
see if he can do that, because we can do it without a lawyer, but we really aren't supposed to do it without the applicant.
Well, I mean, that's your choice.
Alright, so,
Okay.
wait, should we just, alright, I changed him back to the pending ones.
Donald will come back, we're gonna move on to the next item quickly. Okay, number 6, which is 134 Albert Street.
We're number 8.
You're number 8, thank you for that, we want to ask you. Number 6, which is 134 Eldridge Street, if the applicant and the attorney are here, please raise your Zoom hands.
Same Wallace. And Mike.
Okay. Do you have an attorney here with you, or are you guys just here by yourself?
Yeah.
Which is fine, I didn't mean to say that in a, bad way, but, okay, we'll just go ahead and we'll give a quick summary and then we'll hand it over to you.
Okay.
So this is Attaboy Cocktails LLC doing business in Attaboy, it's seeking a one-ounce license for the premises located at 134 Eldridge Street, Cathedral Lansing Room. An application for establishment of 74 people, 4 tables, 16 seats, 1 bar with 8 seats, minimally required food consisting of dips, small bites, tin fishes, etc., and a food served from a food prep area during this operation. No TVs or DJs, playing background for music only. There are 21 full on-premises licenses within 500 feet. The entity currently in this space, Waiting Room 134 LLC, is owned and operated by the same principals of the applicant. Attaboy Cocktails, which is Michael McElroy and Samuel Ross, and there will be no new owners, and the method of operation will remain the same. The applicant has run a cocktail bar with the exact same method of operation in the same building since 2014. There have been more than 100 commercial pheromone complaints to this location, which police action is very since 2018. 11 residents who live within 2 blocks of the location signed a petition in favor of the application. I do know you did send another sheet or 2 in later this afternoon that we probably need to get added in. I'll do a quick count of those and add the number in before I finish the resolution, not tonight, but before it goes final. So again, they're proposing a cocktail bar, hours of operation, opening no later than 5 p.m., closing at 2 a.m. Sunday through Wednesday, 4 a.m. Thursday through Saturday, no outdoor space, closed fixed facade. We'll not have a limited special, we'll not have happy hours, or we'll have staff ensure there are no wait lines for an employee. For an employee to ensure no load during hours or crowd. Okay, so it basically is a summary. I think what they were doing was they had the previous space and they use it as kind of a wine bar. It was they intended to maybe be a waiting space for your other location. That concept didn't maybe work out. I think people went there expecting it to be the same place. They weren't getting the same experience, so you end up having lines and crowds to get into your other location. So you're changing it to basically make an extension of Attaboy, combining it all under one, combining the corporations, right? So it'll be all under the same name.
Yes.
And then, sorry, and then I was going back to, and then the second space would just be used for walk-ins and overflow. The original space was reservations only. And that seems to have helped with some of your complaints. Is that a good summary and is that accurate?
Yep, that's correct. It's just an administrative change on our behalf.
And is there anything that I said that was incorrect or needs to be revised?
No, all of the operations will be continuing as per normal. No change in partnership or ownership. Exactly the same way of operating as we were in the Good Guys space.
Okay. Now, I was half expecting to. I know that there's been some neighbors that have had issues in the past, and they've come here when you've been here before. We've had other things in the past, so I did not receive any emails ahead of time, and I hadn't heard from anyone, but I was half expecting for there to be at least a few people here, but apparently no one seems to be concerned about this, so that's good for you.
Great.
And good for us, because it makes it easier on us, so, okay. Is there anyone here from, actually, before I say that, is there anyone here from the public on Zoom? Nope, no one's here, so, okay. Committee hearing what we heard, does anyone have any questions or comments or?
Did I get the size of the bar right? Because it was a little confusing on the questionnaire. Is it one bar with 8 seats?
The bar area has 7 bar seats. There's four top tables up the back and a small standing area at the front of about 4 people.
But where, is there only one bar that you can be, that a bartender's behind that you can serve?
Yeah, it's a 2 bartender station that you can sit at. Yeah.
And they are, but they're not correct. They're not connected internally, are they?
No, there's a hallway and a back door that attaches to the other back door, but there's no direct.
It's not for customer. Like it's not open for customers to move between.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else have any questions on this? Okay, we're gonna put up the stipulations quickly, just what we just read through, but we'll just make sure everything looks good before we finalize. Okay, so this is I, Samuel Ross, as a qualified representative of Attaboy Cocktails LLC, located at 134 Elton Street. It's a full liquor license. This, I guess technically this is a new application. Even though it's more of a corporate change in some ways, but I guess on paper for the SLA, I guess it is technically a new application, so we'll leave that checked off. I will operate a bar tavern with less than a full kitchen, serving food during hours of operation. My hours of operation are Sunday to Wednesday, 5 p.m. to 2 a.m., Thursday to Saturday, 5 p.m. to 4 a.m. I will not use outdoor space for commercial use. I will close all. You don't have outdoor dining at all, do you, right?
We don't.
We do not.
Okay, so we'll uncheck the second one. You will not have outdoor space. We'll close. Yeah. Okay. And then you do have a doorman and security personnel, right?
Yeah.
Okay. No need for soundproofing is already there. That's been a problem. You have a closed fixed facade, no doors and windows open, and your entrance door will close by 10 p.m. Will not have DJs, live music, third-party promoted events, any event which is cover fee is charged or scheduled performances. for dancing. You will not have more than 8 private parties per year. Ambient background crowd music only. Not apply for a method of operation or alteration without coming to CB3. Will not participate in pub crawls or party buses. Will not have unlimited drink specials, including boozy brunches. Will not have a happy hour. Will not have wait lines outside. Will have a staff person responsible for ensuring no loitering noise or crowds. Will post a stipulation by liquor license and resume. Contact the owner or manager at the number below. Samuel Ross, 917-325-9374.
Yep, that's all correct.
Okay, perfect. So I guess here are no other issues. We're gonna go ahead and move to a committee vote. Deborah?
Yes.
Steven?
Yes.
Megan?
Yes.
Clint, yes. Michael? No. Yes. Thank you, guys. So the stipulations will be sent out probably tomorrow. I think the office will get this out to you with instructions on getting them back. And notarized.
Okay, great.
Everybody, have a great
Thank you very
night.
much.
Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
But the previous office, that was about most of the things. What was that with that?
It would. They had, well, you know, they had a boy and then they had the place next door. And then the place next door, they were like, we're gonna be like, well, it's an aperitifs, but people were expecting the same cocktails as that. So it was just, the lines were found and, I mean, it's like, it would be best fun, well, but twice, so. It's popular, and now that they're serving the apple cocktail, the second place, people who got there, so now. There's been things that basically stopped since then.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to number 7, which is Spunto 261 Bowery. Okay.
Good evening, everyone.
Hi, Michael.
Antonio Gomez should also be on. He's the owner.
I think he was getting him promoted as well. Yep. Okay, so I'll give a quick summary and hand it over to you. It is Spunto doing business as Spunto is seeking a removal for the premises located at 261 Bowery between Houston and Stanton Street. The removal is actually being removed from 65 Carmine Street, and then they're applying for the license of 261 Bowery. It's an application for establishment of up to 74 people with 22 tables and 68 seats, including a stand-up bar, a full kitchen, and food prep area serving food or knowledge of operation. 1 television with small speakers playing background music at volume level, with small speakers playing music at background volume level. There are 12 on-premises licenses within 500 feet. This is a previously unlicensed location. Including Spunto, the applicant has owned and operated 5 establishments with liquor license in Manhattan, which includes Pizza Gruppo, which is located at part of 98 Avenue B and 6th Street. Also, there are several other locations in CB5, just north of us. There have been no commercial brewing complaints at this location. It was unlicensed, so I wouldn't expect that. 22 residents who live within 2 blocks of the location signed a petition in favor. They are proposing hours of operation opening no later than 12 p.m. all days, closing by 9:30 Sunday through Wednesday and 10 p.m. Thursday through Saturday. Will not use outdoor space for commercial use. Is it a fixed facade or do they have operable windows?
Antonio, I believe it's going to be a fixed facade.
Antonio, are you proposing to have windows that open?
No, it's going to be a fixed facade.
Okay. Okay, so then we're gonna check off, will be a closed fixed facade. It will play audio on background for music only. Will not have live music, no DJs, promoted events, scheduled performances, or any event cover fee is charged. It will not apply to non-residents coming to CB3. Will not house pub crawls or party buses. Will not have unlimited drink specials, including booze and brunches. You didn't check off happy hours. Do you want happy hours? Proposing happy hours? You're muted, Antonio.
Unmute.
Unmute. There, you're back.
I'm going to give him a call.
He's back on. He just needs to unmute himself.
Okay, let me give him a call.
Hello, can you hear me?
Now we can hear you. You're good.
Sorry about that.
No problem. Are
Yeah,
you,
so, yeah, we have happy hour from 3 to 6, Monday to
Okay.
Friday.
so, I mean, we don't usually specify the dates, we just say happy hours until 6 p.m. then. That's
Yeah, 3 to 6, yes.
perfect. So happy hours until 6 p.m. Ensure that.
I just,
And you had a question regarding the windows before. I don't know if you heard me,
Yes.
but the windows do not open.
The windows don't open, so we'll leave that checked off as a closed fixed facade. And then
Absolutely.
happy hours until 6 p.m. Ensure there are no wait lines and have a staff person responsible for ensuring no loitering noise or crowds. We'll post a stipulation, will provide a telephone number for residents to call, to Antonio Gomez, and it's 212-807-7800.
Yep.
Is there anything you'd like to change, add, correct to anything I just summarized?
No, just a bit of background. We've lost our lease at 65 Carmine Street and 98 Avenue B, and so we had to find a new home. And Bowery is right in between the two zones, so we'll be able to cover the entire zone for deliveries and hopefully create a new home, part of that community. And we
Wait,
receive
did you say you lost your lease at 98 Avenue B, you're closing?
Yep.
Oh, that hits me hard.
Tell me about it. We've been receiving emails from
So-
everybody.
So I lived at 186 Avenue B. I lived above the original Group O.
Yes.
But you were further on Avenue B, and then you moved further south, and I moved further south, but I still continue going there. So
Now you can move to Bowery.
now I'm gonna have to move to Bowery.
Yeah, exactly. You know where you're moving next, right?
I guess. Okay. Well, that's
terrible.
That's bad news for me, but anyway, okay, so everything else sounds good. Is there anyone here from the public on Zoom to speak to this item? Okay, now are you still keeping Posto though up on?
Yes. Postal, we're able to renew the lease. We're going to be there for another 8 years.
Okay, good. Okay, well, thank you for all that. No one's here from the public, so we're gonna just put those stipulations up. I think I roughly covered them. Let's make sure everything looks good on the screen. And we received no opposition from any. We received no emails and no one's here to speak in opposition, so. So it will be Antonio Gomez of Splinto Inc., located at 261 Bowery. It is a full liquor license. So yeah, I guess technically it's a removal, but it's not really removal from us, but so check new application and removal, because it's, yeah. And then it will operate a full service restaurant, specifically a pizza Italian restaurant, with kitchen open serving food during hours of operation. Hours of operation will be 12 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Monday through Wednesday, 11:30 a.m. to 9:30. Thursday, Friday, 11:30 to 10, and Saturday, 12 p.m. to 10.
Correct.
They will not use any outdoor space for commercial use. You don't have dormant security. Are you installing soundproofing this space? Is it?
We it's a bit of confusion regarding that street on Bowery, so we will apply, and then they'll tell us what's happening. But we will definitely apply for the Bowery outdoor seating. So yeah, and we.
Oh wait. So hold on. So for the outdoor seating, we're gonna then change that. That way, it makes it easier on our side. If you plan on doing it for the future, we're gonna change that to. You will close all outdoor dining under the open dining New York program or any other subsequent uses by 10 p.m. So we're just gonna check that off now, even if you're not having it now, but if you plan on applying for it in the future, it's cleaner this way.
Great, thank you so much.
Okay. And then, so back to soundproofing, are you installing soundproofing or?
We have soundproofed the ceiling. Yeah, the soundproof has been
Okay.
sealed, soundproofed by and approved by the architect. Yep.
And what's directly above, are there residents directly above this space?
I'm sorry. What's the question?
Are there residences directly above?
Yeah,
this
there are
space?
2 apartments above us.
Okay. So we'll just say our standard, you'll install soundproofing, and I know you're not allowed crazy space, so but we'll install soundproofing to ensure noise is not audible in neighboring apartments.
Yeah, and again, we close quite early, so that's never with anybody.
You're closing by 10, so it's not an issue. And then you have a closed fixed facade, you will not have DJs, no live music, third-party permits, any events which cover fee is charged scheduled performances, on background for music only. You will not apply for an alteration without coming to CB3, will not participate in public calls with party buses, no limited drink specials. You will have a happy hour that ends by 6 p.m.
Yep.
You will have wait lines, you will have staff person responsible for ensuring no loitering noise or crowds. And residents may contact the owner's number below, it's Antonio Gomez, 212-807-7800.
That is fine. Yep.
Everything is good? Okay,
Yep.
then, any committee members had any other questions, right? We're gonna move to a vote. Guillermo?
Yes, sir.
Steven?
Yes.
Megan?
Yes.
Clint, yes. Michael? Yes. Okay. So you do the, obviously send you on the stipulations with instructions and good luck.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Thank you. Okay, one more left here, so,
Two for capital one.
Circle
oh yeah, we gotta go back, yes, sorry, I crossed them off, we'd already.
You the person up here?
So, I don't know, we're gonna check it out, Donald, we're gonna promote you again, let's see if. Okay, Donald should be rejoining his panelists momentarily. Were you able to reach your clients? Oh, you're.
He said he's on the phone, my client, so.
Oh, okay, perfect, we'll promote him. Do you know which number he is?
His number should be 409 area code.
I think the last 2 digits.
Yeah, what's the last?
Last 2 digits should be 34.
No, it's not.
No, we don't have anyone listed with
What
that.
about the iPhone?
Yeah, there's someone with an
Yeah.
iPhone.
That means that they're, obviously,
Yeah, but that's not phone again.
Well, maybe, so there's someone named Jasmine raised her hand, let's promote Jasmine and see if she's the applicant.
So he.
He may be using someone else's Zoom though, we've had that happen, so, but there's someone with Jasmine named with her hand raised, let's see. Jasmine, we're gonna promote you. Are you the applicant or connected with the applicant?
Is he on the phone?
We don't have anyone with those numbers.
There he is. There he is.
Listed.
All right. Yeah. Jasmine, you got to unmute yourself. There you go.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi,
All right,
I'm
we're
here.
here.
Okay, so you're the applicant then, right? Correct?
Yeah, he's the CEO.
Perfect. So we'll get through this quickly. You can get back. So I'm just gonna give a quick summary of what you're proposing. Okay, so this is Oleo East Village LLC, doing business as Oleo EPO, is seeking a full on-premise license. The premises located at 106 3rd Avenue. It's an application for an establishment of 156 people, 23 tables, and 130 seats. With 2 bars, one 16-seat, 20-foot customer bar on the first floor, and one 14-seat, 20-foot customer bar on the second floor. Full kitchen serving food during all operation. No television. Live jazz trios on occasion. There are 20 full on-premises licenses within 500 feet. This location was previously licensed as 30 Love. Prior to that, it was several things.
And then, Grazing
It was
Fox.
Memory Hotel Grazing Fox. It was something named, we didn't have a duck. There was something with the duck. Ugly duckling, yeah. It's been a string of things over the past subsequent years. This applicant currently owns and operates 7 restaurants in the city. There were 12 311 complaints at this location with police action since 2018. We've received at the moment no support or opposition to this item. 44 residents who live in the block signed petition in favor. And they're proposing hours of opening no later than 8 a.m., closing by 1 a.m. all days. And we'll close all outdoor dining by 10 p.m. Not have any speakers or TV monitors outside. We'll close any front or rear facade doors and windows by 10 p.m. every night or when amplified sound is playing. It will have ambient background music as well as live jazz trios on occasion, but otherwise we'll have no DJs, no scheduled performances, any event photography is charged, and who did this one?
Oh shit, I'm so happy.
Well, I think it's this was it 123 private events per year.
No, I think it's 20.
20, okay.
I'm on it right now.
It says 123, so I just thought that seemed like a really large number.
That might be-
It's probably 12, and you.
I think that was the capacity, so.
Okay, good. Is it 12 private? Okay, we have that, 12 per year, so that's much more reasonable. Will not apply for any operation without coming to CB3, no party buses, no delivery specials, will not have happy hours. We'll have, there are no wait lines, we'll have staff responsible for no loitering amongst the crowds, and we'll post a stipulation. Okay. Anything in that summary that you would like to add, revise, change, correct?
Clint, the only thing I wanted to point out is that when my client signed off on the questionnaire and they had 10 p.m. for that second floor, partially enclosed rooftop. It's not a rooftop, it's a, what is it called? A courtyard, whatever it is, terrace. They then wanted to close it later, and actually the petitions in support note a midnight close for that space. They would agree to an 11 p.m. They'd like to extend that to 11 p.m. to close that space.
All outdoor spaces.
You're talking about the space that's on the back?
Yeah, on the second floor.
It's on the side, it's on the 13th Street
Yes.
side. It's that small little space that they use mostly for storage.
We're going to have 10 seats out there. Small space, 5 tables, 10 seats. It's got it's covered on top. It's not fully enclosed, but it's covered on top.
Well, it's
But
covered on
obviously,
the side. It's enclosed by walls on the side, isn't it?
I don't think it's fully enclosed by walls on the side.
It really, yeah, it's really just, I mean, well, you're right, it's not enclosed by your walls, it's enclosed by your wall on one side, the building on the
Yes,
side.
correct.
So-
It's not fully enclosed. It also has a covering on top.
Yeah, and then have a cover on top. It is technically for outdoors.
Is it near the apartments?
What?
It's near apartments, it'll be worse than an outdoor dining.
We also, by the way, sent out notices to residents and posted in a bunch of buildings. I think the addresses were attached to the questionnaire, and we didn't hear from anybody.
I mean, this is, our standard is usually 10, but this is a different, kind of different place, it's not. It's unusual outdoor dining.
If it's near apartments, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be closer than, than a sidewalk like that.
No, but it's not a sidewalk, it's on the second floor.
That's why I said it's gonna be closer to the sidewalk. I think.
I don't know, our standard generally is 10 p.m. for outdoor space, but it really is over 10.
100%.
Well, I think we'd at least like 11 on the weekends.
Why would you make an exception for?
Because it's not really outdoor space, it's fully enclosed, like it's not.
It's fully, and it's not.
Well, there's, the street side is open, but it's got 3 walls. It's 3 walls and ceiling. The roof space. Roof, yeah. It is different than our normal.
It's an awning. It's an awning.
Is
The issue is it gonna impact any apartments that it's in here, because if it is, then those stairs.
I mean, the building beside it does look like it's residential, but
What?
the building beside it looks like it's residential, but there's nothing above it, I don't know.
Question of whether there's other apartments, that's a residential street, so I'm just assuming that there are apartments, but if there's not.
I don't know if we, yeah, I don't know if we need to change our standards.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like the consensus is that we're not willing to bend our standards for outdoor space, even though it's a different kind of outdoor space, it's still outdoor space and.
That was just 10 feet down.
And the SLA will support things in the house.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think that's the only thing. Actually, we should make sure there's no one from the public here on Zoom to speak to this item. Sure. Anyone to speak to 106 Third Avenue? No. Okay, before we just finalize this, is there any other questions or concerns about this? I guess the one question I had was, as far as your live music, you're proposing, I think it was a jazz trio occasionally. What are you thinking what's occasionally mean to you? What's your?
Yeah, Jasmine, maybe you want to speak to it. I know it's not something that they plan to do even.
Usually we in Olio we don't do that, but we want to keep it maybe for a New Year's Eve or something like that, because that doesn't happen. Usually in our Olio restaurants we don't do live music.
So Jasmine, what are you looking for? Just holidays
Okay,
or
just occasionally, for example, for New Year's Eve or something like.
So
When you
Those
say,
kind of days.
but I just want to be clear, when you say something like that, when else would you do it? Because they can't write New Year's Eve and something like that. No one knows what that
But
is.
just to keep it occasionally, it means like
Well,
few
well, we
times a
usually have
year.
to say a number, so would it be something you'd be willing, is it something you're thinking about? 6 times a year, is that sufficient?
Yes,
Or
yes, maximum 6 times a year.
Max, so no more, so a live acoustic jazz trio. No
Yes.
more than 6 times per year, and is that unamplified? Well, yeah, it's acoustic, so it's unamplified, right? You're just gonna have a
No,
jazz trio that's not playing through a system.
no, acoustic.
And would this be, I guess, are you thinking this would be through into the evening then, or would this be an afternoon thing? What was your thought on timing?
It will not be later than 10 p.m.
Okay, so we'll list it as an acoustic jazz trio no more than 6 times per year, ending by 10 p.m.
Yes.
Okay. And then the only other thing, because it technically is considered after space, and I think the committee has kind of made a decision, we're gonna stick with 10 p.m. And then everything else, I think was, I don't think there was anything else we had a question on this. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put the stipulations up. And we'll run through this just so you see what we're actually voting on. So this is I, Jasmine Polomak, as a representative of Oleo East Village, LLC located at 106 3rd Avenue. My license will be a full liquor license. My license category is a new application and temporary retail permit. Will operate a full-service restaurant, specifically an Italian restaurant with kitchen and open serving food during normal operation. The hours of operation will be 8 a.m. to 1 a.m. daily. Just one quick question about that. The way our stipulations that it's written on there says that the opening hours are opening no later than the specified hour. So do you plan on being open by 8 a.m. every day?
Yeah, I don't think so initially.
No.
So the way we word it that way, we say opening no later than. So what time, even in the beginning, what time are you definitely planning on being open by? Are you gonna be open for lunch every day?
11, yes, 11 a.m.
Okay, so we'll say opening no later than 11
Yes.
a.m., closing at 1 a.m. daily. Now, that being said, if you want to open at 8 a.m., I think we would encourage that. We want more morning, daytime business. So if you want to open earlier, that's great, but we'll just say 11 a.m. You have to
Yeah,
be
that's
open
fine.
and closing at 1 a.m.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. You'll close all outdoor dining and anything under the open dining out or open streets program and any other subsequent outdoor uses by 10 p.m. You're not having guardian security, are you?
No.
No, I didn't. And then you'll close any front or rear facade doors and windows at 10 p.m. every night or when the amplified sound is playing, including but not limited to DJs, live music, and live non-musical performances. We'll not have DJs, but you will have live music. You won't have third-party promoted events. Any event which cover fee is charged to schedule performances, or no more than 12 private parties per year. The live music will consist of acoustic instruments no more than 6 times per year, ending by 10 p.m. Will not apply for an alteration without coming to CB3 first. We're not going to fit public party buses. We'll have unlimited drink specials, including boozy brunches. And then you're not having a happy hour, are you?
We have happy hour usually in our restaurants, but
And what time would you like that to close? What time will happy hour be until?
by 7 p.m. maximum.
Okay, so you will have a happy hour and it will end by 7 p.m. You will not have wait lines, but a staff person responsible for ensuring no loitering noise or crowds. We'll post a stipulation, residents may contact the owner at the number below, and it's Jasmine Polomak at 409-354-7634.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna move to a committee vote. Guillermo?
Yes.
Steven?
Yes.
Megan?
Yes.
Clint, yes. Michael?
Yes.
Okay, so that motion passes. The office will be sending this out with the instructions. Don, you know the drill. Okay.
Okay, thanks,
Thank you very
everyone.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for
Thank you.
joining, Jasmine.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good night.
Okay, moving on to the final item. Thank you for patiently waiting.
We're looking for the 1 million applicant.
You get confetti and balloons. Okay, so this is Bain at 355 Bowery. Let me get the summary here.
Just one question, the name, we're debating changing just to 355, keep with like the heritage of the block. So that's something we have to indicate now or when we file the SLA.
You're thinking, so your DBA? Yeah. We don't need that now. We can just say to be determined, but your corporate name is still same. Something Stored LLC is the corporate names are.
Something short is the price or prior.
Oh, okay.
355.
Oh, yeah, 355 Bowery is the. Okay, so it's 355 Bowery LLC, seeking a new application and license for the premises located at 355 Bowery between 3rd and 4th Street. It's an application for an establishment of 74 people with 14 tables, 37 seats with a 9-foot bar. Modern American foods, full kitchen, serving food during also operation. No television with DJs and streaming music. There are 22 on-premises licenses within 500 feet. This is currently an unlicensed location. It was previously a restaurant. The applicant has never been a license holder, but has work experience in similar businesses. There were 7 complaints. Health department related to us. We received no support or opposition to this item so far. 35 residents who live within 2 blocks of the location signed a petition in favor. They're proposing hours of Sunday through Wednesday.
Yeah.
Sunday through Thursday, 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. and then 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. Friday and Saturday, 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. They will not use that space for commercial use. We'll have a closed fit facade. We'll play on background for music only. And we're gonna have live music. But you did have DJs checked off there, right? You were proposing DJs?
We originally had that proposed, it's for us, it's not a showstopper, so.
So you're removing DJs?
Yes.
Okay.
They used to have a DJ booth there, we just removed it.
We tore it out.
Okay, so it's just.
It was a licensed establishment.
Yeah, that's the one thing, it
It
was.
was.
Yeah, it was,
The
we.
licensed restaurant.
Where the active purchases.
Yeah, and they had a, yeah.
Oh, so it's a sale, this is a sale of assets.
Yes.
Yeah, and they had a license, I think, from 10 a.m. to 2, so we're just.
Yeah.
We're not trying to change anything, just keep everything the same.
Which restaurant?
It was 355 hour. Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's, yeah, that, that they covered name, sorry. Yeah. Okay. So taking out.
Are there apartments above?
I believe there are.
Yeah, so.
Places sound. I reinforced it as well. I own a construction firm. I'm a federal contractor. And I think it's my best friend. I built remodeled short stories completely. It's not your typical bar. It's not a dive bar. It's more of like a upscale cocktail.
Sorry, we should have you on set.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm the general contractor, best friends with Nick as well. The place has been completely remodeled. Used to be more pretty similar to what we designed it. It's not a dive bar, it's more of an upscale cocktail lounge for working adults. Unlike we're not trying to look for any college young folks. The drink prices would bring them in. But the whole place has been completely cut and remodeled. We have a video to show you. I don't know if that really matters, but just to kind of give you a couple of takes of what we intend to do with the space. We're not trying to change anything going on. Everything that they had prior, we're just trying to keep.
Yeah, it's Victorian themed, and then also the one thing too is the whole place has been remodeled. So one thing you mentioned, we're not just passing through, right? We're putting down roofs, we're just passing through. We build a different place, right? So we're not a throughput, we're trying to build something that we're actually proud of. And that caters and kind of unique differentiated way, solving problems that we actually had one day long ago as patrons. So trying to find a place kind of that we can go to where we felt safe, consistent experience, and that kind of was elegant. So
With security, we will have a third party security company outside maybe Wednesdays to Saturday.
just to add some added security in there, independent from the bar management itself, to keep things transparent. So it's not one of those, hey, I want to get in, and I know the general manager, completely separate to keep.
You said Wednesday through Saturday,
Wednesday through Saturday, give or take, yeah.
like starting at the, when they open at 5 p.m.
Yeah.
From the whole time, okay.
Yeah.
So 5 p.m. to close, or
We're next to the Shabbat too, so we have a great relationship with those folks, and it's just added security for all of us in that general area. And there are a couple of shelters in that area, a couple of them.
Shelters are very.
We've experienced some certain issues while building at the space, and just folks walking by and looking at us, holding certain things in their hands, and
How do you know they're from the shelter?
they were walking in that direction. Look, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I don't want to generalize.
It's very easy to play.
Don't want to generalize, but I will say that, just for the security of our neighbors and us as well, we want to add that extra cushion. If Wednesday through Saturday, these folks are there Fridays and Saturdays, we want to add a couple extra days. From opening to close.
Your friend says restaurant, is this a restaurant or a home?
It's both.
yeah, you have a full kitchen.
Full kitchen.
Right?
Food's gonna be served all the way to.
Yeah, it's a full, yeah, you have.
And there's actually, there's a morning operation, so from 6 to about 4.
Well, that's, I was gonna get to that, I was gonna ask you, the 6 a.m. hours, you said 6 a.m. Are you're planning, you heard what I said to the last applicant, are you planning on opening at 6 every day?
I do.
No one's gonna be.
Yeah, I mean, our vision is actually to have a cafe operation. Cafe at 6 in the morning. And so.
The way we phrase it is opening no later than 6 a.m. So do you want, I mean, if you're definitely gonna be open at 6, that's fine, but we often say 8 or 10, that way you're not in violation. If you want to open at 6 and you say opening no later than 8 or opening no later than 10, you can still open earlier. But if you say opening no later than 6, you have to be open at 6. It just seems 6 is really early for that.
It's not gonna be anywhere.
It's good coaching, because there's a business, set of business buildings, commercial properties across the street, and so they are filling up, I think, based on our understanding, they're just starting to get leased.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we feel that there's gonna be a lot of business traffic, they're looking for.
Yeah, so.
No, that's fine, we'll take, it's good coaching.
So do you want to say 8 or 10 or?
10.
10.
No later than 10.
We'll say 10. That way, and if you see a business you want to open at 6, that's great, but that way you're not putting yourself in a bad position by saying, oh, we don't have a business, we can't open at 6. I appreciate that. Okay, so we'll say, what was the hours? 6 a.m. to 4, and then 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. So we'll change that to 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. Okay, and then. I think, and happy hours, you didn't check anything off record, but no happy hours.
Happy hour.
We did want to have a mixology course on some days, so between like 4 to 5. So kind of a learning experience, not just making cocktails, but teaching people about the supply chain, about the origin of some of these liquors, and so we did want to have that. I'm sure if there's a separate.
Like that, I don't think we have to, if that's not us, it's not, yeah, that doesn't impact us, so. Okay, so I think, and I mean, well, let's see, is there anyone here from the public to speak to this item? There's a hand raised. Oh, there's an iPhone hand raised. Okay, we promoted iPhone 136 BK.
Hi, so no, I'm one of the partners. Hi, Nick.
Okay.
Sorry, I was
Sorry.
asking if I could be admitted earlier. Thank you.
So, did you have anything to add to what you just heard?
No, I think everything that Nick and Charlie have already said. I think we're looking for a place that's a community place and at a level that's pretty kind of relatively like for that kind of young professional crowd. So everything that they said kind of sits well with me. Awesome, thanks.
Okay, thank you very much.
What?
Okay. So that you said there's no one else, no member of the public here, so we're gonna go ahead and put the stipulations up and we'll just run through those. And you see what we're actually voting on. So this is and it's Nicholas Botop. As qualified representative of 355 Bowery Lounge LLC, located at 355 Bowery. My license will be a full liquor, and this is actually, actually, we don't have, it's just, it's a new application, we don't have sale of assets listed as a category, but it's a new application, I guess.
You know, the sale, I may have checked that box, it was more for the cafe operation, just selling mugs, those sorts of things.
Will operate a full service restaurant, specifically an American restaurant, kitchen open, serving food during operation. Hours of operation will be Sunday through Thursday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. Friday and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. Will not use outdoor space for commercial use. Will not use outdoor space for commercial use. You will employ doorman/security personnel Wednesday to Saturday, 5 p.m. to close. You said you installed soundproofing and everything else, that's all. And I don't think before there was any complaints from when short storage was there. So, yeah. So we'll leave that checked. You have a closed wick facade. We not have DJs, live music, third party promoter, any which cover fee is charged, scheduled performances. Yeah. You want to schedule performances or dancing. Are you planning on having any private parties? Basically, what we consider a private party is an entire buyout of space.
Private events?
Yeah.
Nowadays, I guess corporations may want to come on.
So do you want to say?
We're debating, I mean, and the reason we're debating is the places that we are big fans of, they're very critical. So some folks don't show up and they're told at the door, hey, sorry, so we're debating still, but.
Well, so if you're thinking about it,
Yeah.
and I don't think that's not something we generally have a problem with, unless you're saying you're having 123, we might question that. But if it's just, if you're saying like you want to have 6 private events per year, I don't think anyone has an issue with that, and it's better, you don't have to then, but that gives you the flexibility if you want, so.
Okay, sure.
6, that's good?
Yeah, optionality is great.
Yeah, okay, so would it say no more than 6 private events per year, and we consider a private event, it's like an entire buyout, not like a birthday party in the back corner or something, it's an entire buyout closed to the restaurant. Background record music only, not apply for an alteration with a company CB3, not participate in pub crawler party buses, will not have unlimited drink specials. Will not have happy hours, will not have wait lines outside, will have a staff person responsible for ensuring no loitering, noise, or crowds. Will post a stipulation for residents may contact the owner manager at the number below. It's Nicholas Buck Club at 718-809-1907.
It's different.
No, it's different. Oh, we're gonna update that one. Can we update that now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's put Charlie Hernandez at 929-709-2550.
And then just
25. What's 929-709?
2550.
So I just want to let you know, the shelter actually has community advisory board meetings about 4 times a year. We'll make sure we get the information so they can come meet the people. The hotel always, Bowery Hotel always comes.
Oh, okay, there it is.
Thank you.
Perfect, thank you. Appreciate that.
So if everything looks good on that, we'll go ahead and move to a vote.
Just can I ask one question?
Oh, yeah.
In the application, I don't remember, I think, we had somebody help prepare it. We're looking for Thursday, Friday, Saturday for the latest hours. Is that, can we add that or?
We thought we did.
It's 2 a.m.
Yeah, you have 2
all
a.m.
days right now.
Yeah, you have 2 a.m. all days.
That's what the petition's for, right?
No, before and.
That's
Before, yeah.
beforehand.
But they needed to,
Pardon?
they conceded to 2. Because that was the previous time.
If that's correct, in lieu of the early hours, correct?
Yeah, they had a 10 to, they negotiated, I think they had a 10 to 2 because they were doing brunch. So they wanted to serve liquor during brunch. I think our ask was to say, can we shift the hours to make it 4 on Thursday, Friday, Saturday instead of the 10?
Doesn't.
No. So.
The issue is late night.
We tried, okay. Only reason we ask is commercial areas.
So what, you're asking for 4 a.m. Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
Yeah, simply because it's a commercial, we have, I mean, it was tough getting signatures as it was for us, because there's really no residents near us.
Everything else is.
I was just gonna say, everything feeds is 4 a.m., they're all 4, and the ones across the valley are 4 a.m.
So those would be our competitors.
Does anyone have an issue with that being 4 a.m. Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
On that stretch, I don't.
No, I said it's what
I should still open early.
We will, thank you, yes, we will.
I think
We're
we're
excited about the healthy operation.
If
Yeah,
these
we're,
are the places where we want to, we want to encourage the later, a 4 AM hour, it's not really impacting anything, so I don't think we have an issue with that, so.
excellent, thank you.
So Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, your hours are gonna be 10 AM to 4 PM, 5 PM, 4 AM.
Yes, correct. Thank you, I appreciate the support, thank you.
Yeah, and we did get, we got 50 signatures, that's I'm losing my voice because I was after getting the petition.
In
but we
the
did get
physical.
50, yes. So we sent them in. Yeah.
People.
I was anxious.
It was, but it's great to meet people and actually talk to folks from the community, because they all have suggestions, they have.
That's part of the reason it's not as much about the numbers, but it's alerting people and actually talking to people so they see what's happening and they can ask questions.
Exactly.
So that's why we've still kept them the requirement, because it's.
The bars are by 95% complete, and then I just got a text message saying I'm still here. But one of the pipes burst.
Oh,
Second floor.
So I just installed the floor too.
Brand new floors, brand new ceiling. I have to redo everything now.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just gonna finish our vote, I think.
While we're here.
Did I start Guillermo?
Yes.
Stephen?
Yes.
Megan?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Clint, yes. Michael?
Yes.
Okay.
It's over
So-
on the corner.
Oh, the landlord, I texted the landlord, so I stepped away, I didn't mean to be rude to the committee over here, but. It went from the front of the business to the backside, lost my whole ceiling. I have to redo that whole thing and all the brand new wood floors
How long was it going before they were able to turn off?
for about 35 minutes. And so I mean,
So
like,
it's not nice.
that's a bad thing.
Okay, so wait, just before we finish, so, yeah, we voted on that, vote passed, okay. So anything else? I think everything, that is all the applicants, anyone still, we just. Have people out the door, so.
No, your partner's still on, she can face it.
Okay, so we're gonna make a motion to adjourn. Guillermo?
Yes.
Stephen?
Yeah.
Megan?
Yes.
Clint, yes, Michael?
Yes.
Okay, me. Get on.
Thank you very much, appreciate it.
But I had bars and I didn't have to. We didn't have to redo the, we were able to